Good morning, little children. Now, the first thing I'm going to say, which is very important, is that we are now working on textbook 2A. And we will be working on textbook 2A until the end of term. So, when you're clicking on the textbook, please be sure that you're clicking on 2A. That is the first thing I'm going to say. And I will, if I make a mistake and say 2B anywhere, then ignore that because it is 2A. Okay? I did make a mistake last week and I said 2A instead of 2B, and that has muddled people up. So, today it is 2A. And not 2B, which is the book we have been working on. Okay, so we're going to look again at measure. And we're on page 116. Now, 116 is the beginning of exercise 2. And we're not going to do exercise 1 because that involves using a ruler. And I will not be able to mark any of it. Please, if you are not confident using a ruler yourself, please go back and look at exercise 1 and practice using your ruler, practice measuring and drawing lines of a certain length or whatever, and maybe you could ask somebody at home to check it over for you, because it's something that I can't do, obviously, for a lot of reasons, because we're online. It's just not possible. Okay, so we're going to look at this yellow box, and remember that the yellow box has information in it that you can use, you can go back to, it can help you as you go along. The yellow box is important and helpful, and so on. So, let's have a look then. So it starts off, there are 4 main units of length used in the metric system. Okay? Now, the metric system, believe it or not, is quite new. And before that, there was the imperial system. And if you've heard of miles, which you will have, inches, feet, even yards, these are imperial measures. And metric has been brought in, and it comes from the word meter. And you can see there, kilometre, millimetre, metre, centimetre. And the one of these that you're probably most familiar with is the centimetre. So the metre is the standard unit of length. It is about the distance from the ground to the handle of a door in your house. So if you can see, you look round, if you can see the handle of a door, you can look, and that is about a metre. This is the metre. The centimetre is a metre divided into 100 parts. And that is about the width of your pinky nail. So if you look at your pinky nail now, that's about a centimetre wide. I would have actually thought that perhaps my pinky nail was about a centimetre wide, and yours is maybe quite a bit thinner than that. Okay, the millimetre, this is a centimetre divided into 10 parts, is about the width of a needle. That it should also be noted that the millimetre is the metre divided into 1,000 parts. And then finally, the kilometre, this is equal to 1,000 metres, is about the distance of walking 3 times around a football pitch. A kilometre is shorter than a mile. It's maybe 2/3 of a mile. It's shorter than a mile. Okay, so let's carry on down the page into exercise 2. So, you've got a picture there on the right hand side, and if you don't recognise that, that's Scotland. It's not quite all of Scotland because the Orkney and Shetland Islands are missing from the top right. Okay, so straightforward questions. How many centimetres are in a metre, metres in a kilometre, etc, etc. All that information is up above in the yellow box. Question 2. Since 1 centimetre equals 10 millimetres, how many millimetres are there in? Now, the way to do that is very simple. 4 centimetres equals 40 millimetres. What did I do there? 4, 40. I multiplied by 10. I moved everything 1 column to the left. I didn't add a 0 to the end, because if you think like that, once you get down to D, which is actually just a few questions in, and they start using less than a centimetre, millimetres, it's going to confuse you. So in D, if you can't think, how on earth can I work that out? Write down what a half is in decimals, and then move 1 column to the left. Okay? If you get confused, come back to me and I'll do my best to help you. And then question 3, 10 millimetres equals 1 centimetres. How many centimetres are equal to? 3A is 30 millimetres. 30 millimetres is 3 centimetres. What did I do there? I divided by 10. So I moved everything 1 column to the right. Now that is going to be tricky when you get to E, and it's going to be very tricky when you get to K. So you must be thinking in terms of columns. Don't be thinking just take a 0 off or just add a 0 on. You must be thinking of your hundreds, tens and units and tenths column, because they are all being used here. Okay, so that is today's work. Please, if you're confused or stuck, get back to me. I am happy to help.